The best decentralized finance you can have is physical metal. I mean, I don't care who you are and how sophisticated you are, and if you wrote code for your whole life, you still have a counterparty risk. One is electricity. Two is the internet. Three is if you're on an exchange. And if you're off exchange and you got your code written down on a piece of paper, good for you. That's fine. I think that's smart. Mm-hmm. But you're still going to have to go in an electronic system sometime to transact. So nothing beats metal as far as having decentralized finance. As far as, is Europe playing the game or not, I don't know. I really think that they don't know what to do. I know what they want to do, and I'll just outline it again briefly. They want control. Mm-hmm. They don't want to give up control. How to get it back is, as I said, do you ban it all? Do you make some? Do you convert it? What do you do with it? I think that a lot of them will just be banned. It'll be like the tech wreck in the 90s, where I think it was 99, where all these .coms were flying high 1 minute, 2 minutes later, they were off the board. They didn't even exist anymore. I think that's a good analogy for what will happen in the crypto world. Does that mean they're all going away? No. In the tech wreck, Amazon, Yahoo, eBay, a lot of these things, are stalwarts now. But a lot of these, XYZ.coms are no longer in existence and haven't been since they, went away.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that a lot of these, recent events have changed the public's view towards cash as well, David?
Definitely think it's had an impact on cash. People get their programming from the TV, and the idea of cash is like it's not necessary. Then during the illness, it was dirty or it might carry the disease and all this stuff. So we've been moving toward a cashless society for a very, very long time. I'll give you a quick example, Tom. I mean, we've heard, my ilk, the hard money writers, the free market thinkers that have written in the newsletter industry, and others, of course, have talked for years about the global currency. And, I was in, I think, Hong Kong, and I'd been through Europe. I've been through like 5 or 6 different countries, and I'm now standing there on stage in Hong Kong, and I held up my Visa card. And I said, there is a one world currency, and this is it. Because through all of those countries and all those hotel rooms and all those cups of coffee and all those, meals, I used that plastic card, and they did the conversion. I didn't have to worry about going down and finding their paper currency to transact business. So in a way, and that's been the theme, and it's convenient. And, I'm not saying it's even wrong. What I'm answering your question. Cash is not something that, is going to be around a lot longer. And of course, it's the most anonymous way to make a transaction. And that's what the bankers hate. When we go to a full digital system, they'll be able to track, trace, and tax everything we do. On top of that, there'll be an overlay of a social credit system, regardless of what they call it. Mm-hmm. And if they're telling you that you use too much carbon because you went out and drove your car too far, and you go in and you want to buy a steak, it's like, no, you got one or the other. You already drove your car, so you can't get a steak. You got to have this, this stuff that we create, call it food, and that's your only choice. So it's a top-down control mechanism run primarily. And I'm not sure of this. I've had guests that I've interviewed, and I'm not smart enough to know. I should probably get Cliff High and ask him, because I think his opinion's better or different than mine. But I know there's some AI involved. To what level, I'm not sure. But there's no one entity, or there's one guy behind a computer that controls all this stuff. It has to be programmed. Mm-hmm. And of course it is. So it's very scary, but yet, again, it hasn't happened yet. But the direction's clear. And this is like, Catherine Austin Fitts has said, it's my words, not hers. It's now or never. I mean, you've only got maybe, I think her words were a year and a half or something. I'm in line with her. I don't think we have, time's running out. The hourglass, the sands are not many at the top, most are at the bottom. And you've got to, do what you can. And the best thing you can do is say no. And that's hard to do, especially if you're in a food crunch or a money crunch. You lost your job and your savings is gone, and you still got to pay rent. I mean, I get it. And this is under the main agenda, to put the hurt on the people of the planet. I mean, if there's any war against humanity, it's what the elites are doing toward humanity, at least in the aggregate. Are there some elites that are good people? I'd like to believe so. but I've not been convinced yet.